It's crazy how someone who once sat across from Drake, Shaq, and Offset ended up almost completely forgotten in less than 2 years.
You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken, just on the thing, you pull it off.
Every once in a while, the internet crowns a new star. Not because they're insanely talented, not because they have deep connections, sometimes not even because they have a strong personality. Instead, they just appear. And for reasons nobody can fully explain why Bobbi Althoff rise to fame looked effortless, even though it wasn't. With the backing of the powerful United Talent Agency, she managed to carve out her own space in the influencer world without checking any of the usual boxes. No charisma, no unique skill set, no long history in entertainment. Just a dry, monotone delivery and an uncanny ability to land big-name guests. And strangely, it worked.
I think we look alike.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
Her podcast clips spread like wildfire across TikTok and Instagram. But here's the catch. People weren't tuning in for Bobbi herself. They were watching because of her guests. And even more than that, they were watching those guests roast her.
Ever do an OF?
No.
You wouldn't make much.
I'm insulted.
You'd make a lot of money.
I'm gonna do one just to prove it to you.
What would be your OnlyFans?
Well, I don't know. I heard I could just get people to subscribe and then never actually put anything up.
I'll tell you what I'd pay for if you made an OnlyFans.
I don't want to know. Andrew.
You just daily putting tape over your mouth. Every day. Just every morning, a different colored tape right over your mouth. I'd pay for that. Fully clothed, outside, nothing sensual, just tape.
What was supposed to be her unique selling point quickly turned into her biggest weakness. She wasn't driving the show, her guests were. Still, for a while, the formula was gold. A-list celebrities walked into her minimalist set, and she sat across from them with the enthusiasm of a DMV clerk. The awkwardness went viral. People debated whether she was secretly a genius or just unprepared. Either way, her numbers kept climbing, but as anyone who's been online long enough knows, nothing viral lasts forever. Fast forward just 2 years after her breakout, and the warning signs were everywhere. Views began sliding. Engagement fell off. What once felt like a clever act now just looked lazy. Audiences weren't buying the deadpan character anymore, they were just over it. Her downfall wasn't a single crash and burn moment. It was a slow, painful fade, a gradual shift in how people saw her, both on camera and off it. And when the audience moves on, the internet doesn't leave behind sympathy. It leaves behind silence.
Just with a girl with a dream to make more money. And I knew when I started that it was going to go places. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did, to be honest. I did think.
But to really understand how Bobbi ended up here, we need to go back to where it all started. Before the fame, before the viral podcast clips, Bobbi was just another suburban mom from Paris, California. Married young to Bobbi Althoff, a senior VP at CompTIA, she already had 2 kids before her career even started. On the surface, her life looked stable, comfortable. But for Bobbi, it wasn't enough. She wanted more. Not the slow grind of a traditional career. Not the predictable role of wife and mother. She wanted the internet's attention.
I think I posted my first video in November of 2020.
And was that planned? Did you think to yourself, TikTok celebrity, here I come.
Yes.
I'm doing it?
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, there was a banana. Were you dancing with a banana?
What's really funny is that didn't go viral. That was just a video I put up that had like barely any views.
How many views is
at
a few
the time? Okay, at the time it got 1 million views, but it was a slow million.
1 million is a lot of eyeballs on someone dancing with a banana.
But around the videos it was surrounded by had like at least 5 million.
Her first attempt came through TikTok, and she didn't just post random content. She built a character, the shallow, bad mom who only dressed her child in beige, neutral colors and filled her playroom with earth tone toys. She labeled herself exactly that, a parody of a really bad mom.
I created a character of a person who was just only worried about looks. I was like, I only let my daughter wear neutrals. I only let her play with toys that are of the earth and stuff. And like, I think I even called it like a parody of a really bad mom was like my bio at the time. And then I just went, that was it. That was like the start.
And so you found yourself in a world all of a sudden where you had fans.
Yes.
And they were moms.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly moms.
Yeah.
Moms
fans. Got it. 'Cause there is like some moms that are like very, no hate to them from me, but are very just into dressing their kids in their aesthetic. So I was just, let me take this a step further and really create that. I was so determined to get my TikTok page to blow up. When I tell you I had notes, I was trying so many things. My first videos were like, because I used to be a nanny. Before I had my baby, I stopped because of COVID. My first videos were literally like, how to become a nanny on care.com. Like I was trying every avenue until finally that took off, but I was like, something would take off.
And for a time it worked. The parody bad mom persona caught traction. People laughed at the irony, debated whether she was joking or serious, and most importantly, they shared her clips. By the end of 2022, she was pulling in 6 figures a year. Reports put it around $250,000.
July. I was making around like $250 to $300 a year.
1,000.
Yeah.
From brand deals on TikTok.
Deals on TikTok
Wow.
and from the creator fund and just combined. That was just off of I had 3 million followers before. I mean, yeah, I was doing pretty well for myself. I thought I had like really made it. I didn't know there was like a level above that ever. I was like, I did this, guys.
For most people, that's life-changing money. But for Bobbi, it wasn't enough. She saw how quickly TikTok trends burned out, and she knew her act had an expiration date. So she started searching for the next move. Something bigger. Something that could push her into mainstream conversation, not just niche internet fame.
Started was I was like, 250 is great and all, but it's hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a year as an annual income is great and all.
Yes.
It is great.
It is
It's
great. But I was like, this doesn't have longevity, you know? Like it's not what every day I'm having to come up and like go viral. And it's like, no matter how long you've been doing it, going viral and being viral is not easy. So it's like every day I was still posting 10 videos a day, even when I had my 3 million followers. And some of those videos would completely flop and get like 50,000 views. And I was just constantly having to think. And I was like, the only thing that is so successful every time is collabs. And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast. And I think I mentally decided that she made like at least 300 a year on her podcast alone. And I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like I need a podcast. So I started it. It was first called So You're Rich.
Her pivot came in the form of the Really Good podcast. At first, it didn't look like much. A bare bones set, minimal effort, and guests who were far from household names.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
But then came the turning point, Drake. That single interview changed everything. The awkward tension between Drake's easy charisma and Bobbi's flat, monotone delivery created a perfect storm for virality. People couldn't stop watching. Some thought it was refreshingly different. Others thought it was painfully bad.
So, like, you've never heard, you were going to say you've never
Any of your
heard a Drake
music?
song?
No.
Ever?
Not that I can think
Never
of.
heard a Drake song?
Can you sing one?
No, but like I'm just asking you, like, are you gonna be one of like those people who's like, I've never heard you before?
Not that I would recognize. Like, oh,
What?
that's Drake.
But either way, everyone had an opinion, and opinions drive numbers. The Drake episode exploded online, racking up millions of views across YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Overnight, Bobbi went from that bad mom TikToker to the podcaster who got Drake. And once you've got Drake, the doors to other celebrities swing wide open. Mark Cuban, Lil Yachty, Shaquille O'Neal, Rick Glassman, including Offset. Suddenly, stars with massive followings were walking into Bobbi's set, and every interview was another chance to go viral. For a while, she was untouchable. Every clip made headlines. Every awkward exchange got memed.
I'd be very shocked that you question that.
I don't know.
But here's the thing about novelty, it always fades. The same awkwardness that once made her interviews entertaining eventually started to feel repetitive. What people once called genius began to look more like laziness. Viewers noticed a pattern. The humor came from the guests, not from her. She wasn't adding anything to the conversation. She was just there. Worse, fans started catching her slip-ups. She'd ask surface-level questions, fumble basic facts about her guests, and sometimes even recycle the same awkward one-liners. What once seemed intentional now felt unprofessional. The criticism was brutal. She's just using guests for clout. She's not even funny without them roasting her. She doesn't take her own podcast seriously. And as the criticism grew, so did the disconnect between Bobbi's public image and the persona she had built her career on.
You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but
So wait, what is an industry plant to you?
I mean, I don't truly like know.
what is
I
that?
feel like it means like, I don't know. I mean, like the industry.